Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. So, I know I said that Doom was going to be up next. I am actually going to record some Doom footage, but I've just got like this really bad hankering to play some Tiberian Sun. For those of you who don't know what Tiberian Sun is, it's a RTS game set in the Command and Conquer series. Obviously, if you look at the screen, it's the sequel to the original Command and Conquer. Um, yeah, it's one of my favorite RTSs of all time. Not a whole lot of people play Tiberian Sun. Most people play, I guess the sequel, in a manner of speaking, Red Alert 2. Though chronologically, that's set in an alternate timeline. But yeah, I wanted to jump into this because honestly, Tiberian Sun is one of my favorite games. Oh my gosh, it looks so small on the video. It's small here too, but it's like extra small on the video screen. It will get bigger though. We're gonna do just a quick skirmish video. Not the best player, but I do what I can. I'll keep the AI level at 1. I've gotten slightly better at this since I've been playing with friends. We are, well, nah, I'll keep the tech level up. So, normal map is, or the default map is always Grand Canyon. Doesn't matter if you're on the original Tiberian Sun or the expansion Firestorm, which is what we're on. The only difference between the two is Firestorm is an expansion, so naturally it has more maps. It's also got more units and stuff like that, and a completely different campaign. But it is quite a fun ride, regardless of what game you play. So we're playing as GDI, or the Global Defense Initiative. We are the quote-unquote good guys. So, fortunately, I have a patch on here that makes it run at like 4K resolution. So we're going to go ahead and start building up our base. I'm more of a turtle type guy. Turtle. But basically that just means that I make bases and stuff. That's like my favorite part of this game. I need to turn the volume down a little bit. Sorry. Ah, and there's no music either. You guys probably won't be able to hear it anyway, but I want to at least hear some music. I'll turn that down a little bit. That way you guys might be able to hear it. Play the standard Valves track. This game has great music too. If you've never heard of Frank Kopacki, you're doing yourself a real disservice not knowing about him. He is a visionary in terms of game music and stuff. He did the soundtracks for he did a lot of Disney soundtracks, game soundtracks I mean, back in the day. But yeah, give him a listen to. So that right there is a harvester, or a refinery. That right there is the harvester. And that green stuff is Tiberium. That's our resources. So that gets converted into credits, which allows us to buy more stuff over here. Just put down a barracks, so we'll be able to make guys now. I'll probably go more in depth on this when I get around to doing a Let's Play of this. I finally have a solution to be able to play these games now. As long as I keep a dual monitor set up, should be okay. Well, I could probably do it without the dual monitor setup, but it's easier to do it that way. Anyway, put ourselves a little radar there. You do have to make silos, otherwise they'll fill up, and sometimes they explode. I'm not really sure if that's just me not paying attention, but typically I think it's because they get so full that they explode. I'm going to send him out just on a little reconnaissance. You'll notice that this guy will be taking damage. Every time you walk through Tiberium, it actually hurts units. Not tanks or anything, but like infantry units, they take damage. Story-wise, Tiberium is actually this horrible, horrible material that landed on Earth like back in the 60s or something like that. I think it was in the 90s, now that I think about it. But basically, it landed, became this huge deal because everybody was all like, well, we need to harvest it and research it and stuff because it's going everywhere. Well, as the game progresses in the original game, which again we'll focus more on when we get to that game, you start to notice that the Tiberium is not exactly healthy. It's damaging the environment. It's hurting actual people and stuff. Like it's not like a climate change type of thing. It physically hurts people and stuff if you walk into it. Oh, my guy's still alive. Send him over here. Yeah, I hear the stealth units up there. But yeah, so pretty bad stuff. Ooh, little crate. If you ever see these, go over them and stuff. Just be careful in this game. That one gave me money, but some of them are booby-trapped, so they'll have like bombs and stuff in them. Anyway, I need to start pumping out units. So, make some harvesters. I'll try for an upgrade center. I don't think it'll last very long, considering the AI difficulty. I don't know. I've always had like a horrible time against just normal AI. But that's just how it rolls. This bar right here shows you how much power you have, so make sure you keep that up in the green. Yellow's fine, but just in case. Because there's, with a tech level of 10, obviously there's going to be super weapons. So you want to make sure that they're not scrooging you over. Let's see. First things first, always make an ion cannon. That's like your primary super weapon if you're playing as the Global Defense Initiative. Nod has a little bit of... it's got a lot more in terms of the super weapon department. We have like 2 super weapons and then a reinforcements weapon. Or a reinforcements option. Which isn't bad, it's just... it's a little less than to be desired. Okay, so I just made a horrible mistake there. Unfortunately, that means that I'm... Oh, no, never mind. I can make another mobile construction yard. So you gotta keep an eye out. Nod has the ability to use infantry, or use tanks that can go underground and stuff. And they can pop up without detection. Unless you have like a sensor array or something, then I'll tell you that they're coming, but they're gonna come up regardless unless you've concreted the entire base. Sucks that just happened, but whatever. I think we can make this work. My strategy never really changes for this game. Typically, I'll just make a bunch of these little walker guys here, the Titans, and I'll send them in and just wreak havoc on their base. But yeah, let's see here. Ah, and I got rid of my ion cannon too. Actually, just so we can prevent that from happening again, we're gonna put some concrete down. We're also gonna put up some turrets too. I just realized I completely forgot about actual defenses. If you push the G button, your guys will go into a guard mode, which will make them auto-attack enemies. Pretty helpful. Uh-oh, shooting a missile at me already. Yeah, like I said, this probably won't be my best playthrough. But, I'll do what I can. That right there was a Hunter Seeker. We have the ability to make one too, we just gotta build it on there. So, I think this will be fine in terms of concrete. I'll just put a couple turrets down. Big thing you want to protect is your mobile construction yard. That's basically your hub. Without that, you can't build buildings, and you know, without the ability to build buildings, you pretty much crumble pretty fast. So, best way to cripple an enemy is to take out the mobile construction yard, and then immediately after that, take over their or destroy their war factory. Easiest way to stop a game. We're gonna put Vulcan cannons everywhere. So these are your basic machine guns. I'll mow down infantry and stuff like that. You also have RPG weapons, which obviously shoot grenades or rockets, whatever you want to call them. Or no, they're rocket-propelled grenades. So they'll shoot little grenades at people, and you know, they basically mow down enemy tanks. They're great to have. Oh, don't need that. Uh-oh. So as you can see, the power bar is completely red, which means that we just ran out of power. Basically, just make a power plant, add a couple turbines to them or something like that, and you'll be okay. If I can click on them. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, their guard range is pretty limited, so gotta be a little bit careful. Hopefully... that was lame. Come on, man. Wow, we're out of resources. I'm a little surprised. Usually we've got like a bunch of resources going on. So what they're focusing on right now is they're focusing on my my power plants, which is fine. That's what I want them to focus on. Power plants are relatively easy to replace if they blow up. So just, you know, let them go for it. I'm going to... that was rude. What am I gonna do? Technically I can make another harvester, but I think I'm gonna make another refinery. More money I'm making, the better. I'm hoping that they'll focus on this component tower here. It's not a threat, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't focus on it, but you never know. Sometimes it can happen. I'm gonna leave a couple of these guys behind. That way I can protect my base. And then I'm gonna send this wave up. Don't know if we'll survive this one, but we'll see. This stuff right here, by the way, don't let your tanks go through it. It actually damages vehicles and jump jet troopers, of all things. That is a flame tank. So they're really going to wreak some havoc here in a minute. I need to be careful of that. I'm going to spread them out a little bit. Oh, okay. They're just kind of going after my guys. Alright. Yeah, those flame tanks, they're pretty powerful. They can do a lot of damage if left unchecked. Anyway, gonna kind of just limit their forces a little bit. Hopefully it'll alleviate some of the attack patterns they're doing. Yeah, see, it attacked that that component tower. Honestly, I should just keep building that there. Or somewhere a little bit further away. I'll put that there. So, my guess is that the base is going to be up here. Oh wow, their veins are growing all over the place. Nod, who's the enemy in this game, can actually mine or harvest that stuff and use it for like chemical weapons. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. Like I said, they've got like the upper hand when it comes to super weapons. This is not their base. Usually there's a base over here. That's where I thought they were attacking. I think they're attacking from over here. So, it's not the end of the world, but it could be better. I need to make more silos. If I can find them. There they are. Another hunter-seeker. Not the end of the world. I need to repair some stuff too, just in case. And I need to make more of these guys. Ah, they got some air units. But that's fine, because we just found their base and we're just gonna go to town on them. So, as soon as you start getting swarmed by enemies, just hit the G button. You'll be fine. Focus on enemies and stuff. It'll take them out a lot easier. And then, yeah. So, typically, there's like 3 things that you want to take care of. You want to be able to take care of their ability to make weapons. You want to be able to take care of their ability to replace their construction yard. And you want to be able to take care of resource management. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just wheedling through their defenses here. I'm gonna blow this up real quick, or try to. If you hold down the control button, you can auto attack. Then just blow that up, and essentially they're crippled. Oh, another thing you want to focus on is the power. Otherwise, things like that, their obelisk of light, will completely wreck your day. Oh, they hijacked one of my guys. So they can create an enemy called a mutant hijacker, which will essentially, jump into vehicles and stuff and turn them over to to their side. Well, anyway, right now they're. Oh, I don't know where they are. I need to repair things. Why are they attacking? I don't know what they're attacking. I hear artillery units going out. Oh, they're probably attacking the vein hole over here. That's really weird. Typically they leave those alone. I'm gonna send some guys out to go see. That'd be really cool if they were doing that. So vein holes are what make all these orange veins here, which can really impede your day. You really want to take those out if you're GDI. If you're not, you just make chemical weapons out of the veins. Ooh, you gotta be careful too. These clouds can kill your guys really quick. They actually mutate them and then turn them into these little blob things. We're gonna kill these guys just to get them out of the way, because I know after they shouldn't have power. I don't know how they're doing a missile launch. Ooh, okay. So that right there was a chemical missile, which, can do a lot of damage. Light buildings and stuff like that, they're pretty susceptible to chemical attacks. Just melts them away. So, but fortunately, I think we're okay. We're gonna take out that vein hole though, just to be on the safe side. And yeah, now that they're pretty much crippled, I can kind of talk a little more about some of the things you might be seeing here. So this is normal Tiberium. That produces Tiberium. It's the Riparius, I guess. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's a helicopter, by the way. I got him. I hope. Maybe not. Oh yeah, we got him. Nothing like a SAM site to, completely wreck somebody's day. keep saying that. I gotta find some other word. But anyway, that little thing right there will keep green fields producing Tiberium. As you can see, like right here, it'll produce this little square. Pretty good. Green Tiberium is pretty normal and common. What you really want to keep your eyes out for is the blue Tiberium. It doesn't always reproduce. Typically, it's pretty much just a one and done type deal. Every other map, though, you'll find one field that has like this crystal structure or whatever, and that will reproduce Tiberium crystals. The blue type, anyway. Very, very lucky if you find one. But, well, I guess it's not lucky. It's just a matter of remembering where they're at and stuff. Unless you're doing like a custom map or something like that. I'm gonna kill these guys here. Just put them on guard. Make some refineries. And then after that, I'll go ahead and show you guys super weapons. This is not a good match unless you use super weapons. That's just the way things go. Actually, I'm gonna have these guys go get the blue stuff. Blue stuff, if I didn't mention it, it also yields a lot more credits when you turn it in. So, more incentive to go for it. Man, I am so happy to be playing this for you guys. This is one of my all-time favorites. I would definitely put this in my top 10. Top 3, probably not, but it's pretty close. I will gladly play this game over and over again. By the way, these guys, the harvesters, they don't get affected by this stuff here. I guess it's just the type of material that they're using for their wheels or whatever, but everything else, yeah, they'll get wrecked. It's weird that he's not attacking. Guess he can't attack because that's in front of him. Seems kind of small though. Alright, we need to start focusing on getting that base destroyed. So, I'm making an ion cannon right now. That's like a must-have for GDI. They also have their Hunter-Seeker control node, which, that basically just sends out a Hunter-Seeker. Nothing too special there, but it's pretty good to take care of that last little straggler that's hiding behind like a tree or something. So, definitely one way to go. Firestorm introduces us to the drop pod node, which, is basically your reinforcements node. He'll send, I think, 5 or 6 guys with, a rank up, or with like high rank or whatever, and they'll just, go to town on whatever they land next to. You can control them. I mean, they're pretty much normal units, but typically when you do that, you're dropping it into their base, or pretty close to their base. But I always go with that because those guys are pretty OP if you know what you're doing with them. So right now, since they don't have a factory or anything, they're making a bunch of soldiers and stuff, which is fine. They're pretty easy to take care of. But if you're going against human players, that's actually a pretty good tactic right there too. You can do a lot of damage with a bunch of little guys. So, yeah, got another power plant there. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those games that one of my friends wanted me to do a video of, just going through the campaign. When quarantine's all over, I'll see if I can get him over here and definitely do a co-host gig right there. Have him join me. So he's very passionate about this series, more so the Red Alert stuff, but I'm excited. They're gonna launch another chemical missile. The terrible green turd. Oh, so that's a mutant or a mutated soldier right there. They're called Viceroids, I think. Viceroid, Visceroid, I don't know. But we're gonna drop this guy here, and they're just gonna take him down. Make another barracks just in case. And they're gonna take care of those guys. We're actually gonna blow that thing up because that's really getting annoying. So this is our ion cannon. Pretty powerful weapon. Not a one-hit kill most of the time, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and just say go for it. Ah, they walked through the veins. Your units don't really have the best pathfinding abilities. It was worse than the original games, but this one's pretty bad too. But that's okay. And that guy right there is collecting the veins and stuff, which is why they're making chemical missiles. I feel like I'm kind of just rushing through all this, and in actuality I kind of am, but you know, I don't want to keep this video going too long. It's already about 30 minutes long, which, you know, is fine. Alright, we're gonna blow this guy up. I think we stepped on him. That's the cool thing about having walkers and tanks. Heavy units can, like, you know, walk over infantry and stuff like that. Pretty good to have. We're gonna focus our fire on this. Alright, now they're pretty much done for. I mean, they could throw planes at me and stuff, but that's about it. Eventually, they're gonna sell off their stuff because, you know, the computer in a way kind of rage quits here and there. Gonna blow this up real quick. I know I said I was gonna do Metroid Prime 2. I need to get that stuff set up, so that'll probably be a thing for tomorrow. Yeah, see, they just sold their... Oh, no, they didn't sell their stuff. They just got power back, so... Gotta be careful, because if they've got big, you know, defenses, like the obelisks and stuff, when that power comes back on, you'd better hope that you take that thing down quick. And that right there is what turns all their buildings invisible, so... Yeah, we're gonna take that out real quick, just in case there's a power plant I'm not seeing. No, we can blow that up. It's so satisfying. Oh, they blew up my my supply depot. Or vehicle factory. Not the end of the world, considering we just won, but, you know, it's the principle of it. Yeah, see, if we'd have taken out that stealth generator, we probably would have lost all of our Titans here, because, you know, they had two advanced power plants, which output a lot of power for them. I think this pretty much does it. Nope, there's still a guy. Don't know where. Oh. That was a health item. Ah, here it is. There's always a harvester or something just hiding around. And they must have another one too. So the one thing about RTSs that can really extend the gameplay and stuff, it doesn't matter if you're playing, you know, Command and Conquer or StarCraft, Warcraft, any kind of game really. As long as you have one unit still standing and you didn't collect the short game option, you know, you can pretty much drag these games out forever. Especially in StarCraft. All it takes is one little support vehicle or support unit or whatever, and you can just keep building and building. As long as you got the resources for it. Where is this guy? I've got a better way of taking care of this. So we can go ahead and make another one of these. Just make a Hunter Seeker. It'll take a little bit of time because it takes a while for them to be produced, but the end result is much faster than just hunting through the entire map. I'm sure it's just a harvester somewhere. It might even be the little vein harvester, but we'll see. I'm sorry about all the yawning. Like I said yesterday, I've pretty much got that yawning issue lately. I think it's just because I'm out of shape or something. I've been walking a little bit more. Not today or yesterday, but I've been trying to get on a daily routine. So, gonna drop those guys there. Gonna aim. Maybe we'll hit something. Probably not. I guess we'll build our war factory, vehicle depot, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this is Tiberian Sun. I really can't wait to play more of this for you guys. This, like I said, is one of my favorite franchises. I'm also really big into the RTS stuff. I feel like it's a much easier genre of game to get into, so yeah, highly recommend it if you haven't played it before, or any RTS before. I feel like Command & Conquer is a much easier game to get into, especially considering the skirmish matches are a little bit easier to handle compared to games like StarCraft and Warcraft. But I guess it comes down to a preference. Alright, Hunter Seeker's just about there. I might as well show off some of the units. Make one of each of those guys. Actually, I can just go through the list, really. Drop pods. Almost froze there. So, these vehicles, I'll go through them just while we wait. This is your mobile construction vehicle. You deploy it, and it'll turn into that, which allows you to make unit buildings and, you know, get your game going. You always start off with one, unless the mission, you know, doesn't need it. Harvesters, pretty self-explanatory. They come with Tiberian refineries, but you can make more, so you can, you know, get more money faster. Amphibious APCs, you can load it up with about 5 infantry units, and it'll go over water. Pretty neat. Titans, nice standard mecha units that just shoot cannons. Disruptors, yeah, disruptors are kind of cool. They have like this ray of light that they shoot, which can just decimate units and stuff. They're really good against buildings. In fact, I'll show that here. bring this guy over here too, because he'll be next. Actually, that is next. That's the Mammoth Mark II. In the original game, there was a super tank that you could get called the Mammoth, which was this Uber unit. Overpowered unit. This one's pretty overpowered too, it's just really slow. So, yeah, that thing shoots that awesome ray of light. Decimates everything. The only weakness it has is going against air units. And the armor's not very good on disruptors. But back to the Mammoth Mark II. Pretty cool little vehicle. It has a Vulcan cannon, quote unquote. I just call it a laser or a railgun. Shoots this really fast bolt that just annihilates things. It also has rocket pods on it, so if a flying vehicle were to come at it, it can shoot it down, just like the original tank. I think this is one of the coolest coolest units you can get in the game. Just wrecks everything. Wolverines are like the Titans, except they're smaller. They're not as strong, but they are faster and have a little Gatling gun. So, very good for taking out units. Hover MLRSs are basically just hover tanks with rockets on them. They're mostly used for anti-air, but they're, they can pretty much take out what you need. Because of the fact that they can hover, they can go over water, and they're also not affected by the veins and stuff, because obviously they hover over them. Mobile sensor arrays, if you make one and you deploy it, it will detect invisible units and units that are submerged. Very good against Nod. If you're Nod, you don't really need them unless you're going against another Nod player, because, GDI can't do that. Unless they capture a base with an engineer, and then they can start making invisible units and subterranean units and stuff like that. Juggernaut is specific to Firestorm. It's the bonus item, or the bonus unit that you get. Basically, you make them, deploy them, and then they're your version of the artillery unit. Pretty cool. Not very accurate compared to nods, but they'll take out units pretty easily. Oh, man. So, kind of just spreads around like a shotgun. But, very cool unit. Limpet drones, they don't really have much use. I find them more just a hassle to really make. But if you make one, just send it out on the field, deploy it, and any vehicle that walks over it, I don't think infantry can walk over it, but vehicles, if they walk over it, will basically reveal any terrain that the enemy unit goes through. So all this black stuff, if they walk through it, you can see it. So pretty much a little spy. And then Mobile War Factory, you can only make one because it's a Uber unit as well. It's also exclusive to Firestorm as well. You deploy one of those, you get a basically a war factory that you can put anywhere. Pretty similar to the construction yard, except if you change a certain option that makes your construction yard stay in one spot, like you can't just uppack and move it. It's always able to move, so does have to be deployed to actually make units though, so but yeah. Anyway, I'll go through the units, or the infantry units real quick too. Oh, you got an invisibility. So light infantry, your standard machine gun guys. Disc throwers, they throw discs or disc-based grenades. Pretty good at taking out vehicles and buildings, mostly buildings though. You got your medic, which will go around and heal any infantry units you have. Engineers are basically like an Uber unit in and of themselves. They can fix bridges if they go into these little huts, and if you send one into an enemy building, it takes over that building. As long as it's not like an offensive unit or a super weapon or something like that. Sorry. Anyway, pretty dope. You can basically have, both factions' technology on your side if you use an engineer. Jump jet infantry, they're kind of cool. They're exclusive to GDI. They fly up and go through go across the land and stuff. They have this really cool machine gun that just mows down infantry. But yeah, they pretty much fly around. Gotta be careful though. These guys are not immune to the effects of the vines. I don't know why, but they get just destroyed by that stuff. Also, buildings aren't immune to the vines either. So keep that in mind. But yeah, so keep an eye on where they go, because if they land on them, well, you'll see in a minute. Next on the list will be a Ghost Stalker. They're an Uber unit for GDI as well. Yeah, he's going to land and just straight up die. Your death was not in vain, I promise. Ghost Stalker has the same weapon as the Mammoth Mark II here. Its primary weapon anyway, which is that railgun. The cool thing about the Ghost Stalker is it's a mutant, which, when we get to the campaign, I'll explain more about mutants. But basically what it means here is that if it stands in Tiberium, it can't be hurt. Instead, it can actually heal itself in Tiberium. So, very handy if you're wanting to go on a full assault with the Ghost Stalker. Very good option too. Problem is, usually there'll be vehicles or defenses that it can't get past. So, in addition to the railgun option, which is really good for taking out everything except air units, for buildings it has a special C4 charge that just annihilates buildings. Walks up to it, plants it, boom, it's gone for. Anyway, next time I'll go through like the buildings and stuff. I'll probably play as Nod next time, but anyway, let's release this Hunter Seeker and see where he goes. That wasn't the only guy out there. Oh, they've probably got another... These vines are going crazy. They probably got another harvester out there. Not too big of a deal, but gotta take it out eventually. Run, little guys, run! Video is like 45 minutes long. Although, to be fair, that's mostly my fault, so... I'm gonna have to wait for another one, aren't I? Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. I bet you there's there's like a building over here that I missed. Usually they sell out all their stuff though, and then you don't have to worry about it. Oh, there's a crate over here, so we can take a look at that. Anyway, if my buddy Michael is watching this, by the way, I hope you enjoyed this, cause I sure as heck did. We need to have a game night sometime. Obviously, over like a tunnel network or something, but I'd love to play a game with you sometime, bro. Don't get to see you very much anymore. Hit me up on Discord. So these crates, they'll show up just about anywhere. Got some firepower there. Be sure to get them when you can. Sometimes they actually have extra vehicles and stuff in them. You can get like a construction yard. I know in this one, as far as the expansion goes, you can get the original mammoth tank, which isn't the strongest thing in the world, but it is kind of cool to have them. I always get giddy when I see them, so you rank it up enough, and you know, some crazy dog activity out there. If you rank it up enough, it's, you know, just a total devastating unit to use on the enemy. Anyway, I think this is the last guy, so let's see him do his work. Just pops out there. Oh wow, it's like way over here. Somewhere over here. And there we go. That is the game. Sorry, the screen's kind of small, so you guys can't really see the numbers and stuff. Although this is just a normal scoreboard. Doesn't really matter. What matters is crushing your enemy. But anywho, that is Tiberian Sun Firestorm. Or Tiberian Sun Firestorm. Yeah. What else can I say that I haven't already said? Very fun game. Great series. This is my favorite one out of all the Command & Conquer games. Most people say that Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge, which is the expansion for Red Alert 2, is the best game in the series. And while, yeah, it has its moments and stuff, I think it's a very good game. I've just played it so much, and you know, it's kind of burnt me out on the Red Alert stuff. Also, it's just not as exciting as Tiberian Sun. I feel like Tiberian Sun's story is a lot more compelling. It's a much more serious type of story, whereas Red Alert is kind of played for laughs and stuff. That being said, we'll get to Red Alert 2, specifically Yuri's Revenge, at a later date. I'll probably be playing that with some of the guys. So, anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for right now. Like I said, I'm doing this right now, but there will more than likely be a Doom video tonight as well. I just need a little break right now. But, you know, expect a Doom video to be up on YouTube tonight or possibly early tomorrow. If you guys saw that my Doom video for yesterday came up today, that was because I fell asleep when I was uploading. So, anyway, you guys have a fantastic day, night, wherever you may be. Stay safe, and see you next time.